Hey everyone, back again, day 2 on how to clean up your credit. And we're going to get started here tonight talking about this same topic, but we're on part 2 tonight. And I hope that you got something out of the other ones that we did, the other one that we did last night. I'm trying to start Instagram here. Instagram is giving me a poor connection over here, so I don't know what's going on. It did this last night. But we're going to go ahead and get started and go ahead and continue on from yesterday. So like I said, I hope you had a good day and I hope you got something out of our broadcast on yesterday. Now, what we're going to talk about tonight is we're going to get down to some things that need to be disputed, maybe. And remember, I mentioned to you that you should strive for good credit because good credit will help you in business, it will help you in your personal life, and it will help you do a lot of things in this world because finances, a lot of things you can't purchase. You may not have the money to purchase them just straight out. So credit is so important, and especially the American dream is owning home ownership, which I feel like you should start off with home ownership and then advance into investing. But in order to be able to do that, we got to have finances to do it, and our credit is very important. I talked to a few of my clients that are I'm trying to go ahead and adjust this. I talked to my clients that client slash friend that's a real estate agent, and she shares with me a lot of time that just what are issues and what are problems. A lot of people just have issues. She doesn't get into anything specific, but she just told me that we definitely need to know more about how finances and how we spend our money. So good morning, good evening over here on Instagram. How y'all doing? We are beginning today talking about part 2. So everybody, now let's get back on track. Now, yesterday we covered some basic things about having good credit and how to clean up your credit. Where tonight we're going to get into some specifics. So all of this, everybody may not need these services or may not need to do this when it comes down to getting up your credit and cleaning up your credit. Last night I mentioned, let me go ahead and recap. Yesterday I mentioned to you, number one, you should, even if you have good credit, you ought to pull your credit report at least once a year. All three of them at one time, or just pull one of them every 3 months or every so often, so where you can have a conglomerate of your credit files or your credit reports in one location. Yet, over a period of a year, and you spread them out. You know what's on each one of them. That's what I'm saying to you. And by doing that, you stay up on top of your credit. Because, like I said, anything can happen. There can be a misspelled word. Somebody else can have a similar name as yours. And then their information will end up on your credit report and all this kind of stuff. Identity theft, the works, all of that can happen to you. We don't want it to happen to you, but just in case it does, then you'll be prepared for it. And by keeping your credit up and keeping your credit together. And there's some preliminary things that you need to do first. And I shared a few of them with you. I'm getting ready to create the class. I'm almost done with everything about, just how to do it yourself, because there are still a lot of us out here with not credit scores are not in the 600s. And that's a problem because you won't be able to get good interest rates even if you're purchasing cars, or even if you're purchasing other big ticket items. You you know you, your wealth would be going up in interest rate, and you don't want that. You don't want to pay more for something that than you have to. And that's why I mentioned to you about credit. And that's what I mentioned to you about having good credit. I mean, that's, like I said, it's very important. So let's go over tonight. There's a few things that I want you to know. I'm just going to let you know about credit from a standpoint of what shouldn't be on your credit report and what can be on your credit report. So, what shouldn't be on your credit report are what you can dispute on your credit report. And remember this now, it doesn't mean you don't owe the debt. Let's get that clear. Let's keep that clear. Let's make that perfectly clear. But you can remove it from your credit report, which that causes you not to have great interest rate, not to get the best for your dollars, get turned down for loans, get turned down for job opportunities that require you to have, um, you may have to pass a security clearance or security for a position or job or something like that. And there are a lot of places won't give you can't get hired with their company because of your credit, and you don't want that stigma on you, in case you're trying to get a promotion, maybe something is an opportunity coming your way to advance you for more, have more money and stuff like that. So the first thing is knowing what are your rights when it comes down to having medical bills on your credit report. That's something that you can dispute. And even certain ways to collection agencies, there are ways and there are laws that you won't have to worry about, because there are things that they should not do when it comes down to to contacting you about old credit or something like that. Now, the next thing is going to be, making sure that this stuff is yours, is validated. You can dispute what you need to dispute. How you dispute it is going to be in the course, and how a lot of things that get sent to the credit bureau, they verify it, but that's a tactic of theirs, and it's not always verified. They haven't always verified it. Most stuff is computer generated, so you need to make sure that it is what they say it is, and so you have the advantage over that. Now, having things like tax liens and anything can be on your credit. Any where you owe money to any merchant or anything, it can be on your credit report. And keeping it on your credit report is going to hurt you in the long run. Yes, paying off your bills is that's the most right thing to do. But here again, I know some people, you can still pay off these debts and at the same time not let them affect your credit file or your credit report. So that's something you need to know. And then too, just like for instance, let's say if there's a couple or there's somebody, you're in a relationship and you may be married or whatever. Both of you guys, you want to keep this in mind too, that both of you, one of the spouses may have the finances and the credit to get something, and then maybe one is stronger than the other. That's what I'm trying to say. So if that's your situation, or if you know somebody that has that situation where there are some things that they can do, they can make sure that the other person may get theirs up to par, as strong as the other person. So in the event that the one of the spouses deceased or things like that, or they don't have their job anymore, or life can happen. You want to make sure that you're not in that position, and then you are always keeping your credit looked upon, checking it out, see what's going on, see how healthy it is. Always monitor your credit, okay? Monitor your credit is very important these days. Very, very important. It is stopped people from building wealth. It has stopped people from moving to the next level in their lives, and it can be a hindrance if you don't think it can cost you too. And if you don't think it can be a hindrance, just try living without it. And it's hard to get an apartment. It's hard to get utility bill, get utilities. If you're getting if you have an opportunity, they turn you down, then you have to go through secondary means to doing it. It's all kind of things that can affect your credit. So, and it's gearing that way now more than ever. I would hate for any of you, and I would hate for someone to not have, have an opportunity to get another position or to get paid more money. And then your credit is the issue, that you didn't get that promotion, or you didn't get that high paying job, or you didn't get the best interest rate, and you're paying for something more than you have to. And the value of it may not even be worth what you're paying in the long run. I would hate for you to have to go and get ready to close on a house, and because there is something that came up on your credit report and it stopped you from closing on your house. I would hate for you to have an opportunity to buy real estate, and to have an opportunity to get that real estate deal that you of a lifetime that you wanted, and because of your credit, you can't produce, or you can't be able to purchase this particular item and you know, receive residual income, because you done bought your duplex, or you wanted to buy duplex apartments or something like that, and then you don't have the opportunity to do it because something came up on your credit. I don't want that for you. So this is why the class is going to have different things in the classes. We're going to, I go over those things more specifically. So also, I do want to share with you. Let's see. I do want to share with you one of the things that a few things. I think I said those to you. There are a few other things that I do want to give you. Actually, do want to share this with you about student loans. Student loans. No, you can. With student loans, you can have them removed from your credit report, but you still owe them. So remember, anything you have removed from your credit report doesn't mean you don't owe it. It means that it's removed. So cleaning up your credit is going to be a process. If you have addresses on your credit report that are old, they shouldn't be there, take them off. They don't need to be there. They serve no purpose for you. That is strategic method for that too as well, because it won't it won't, it'll hinder you if not, but it won't affect you if you clean them up. And then making sure that you know all of the laws when it comes down to your credit is very important too. There are things that they can't do, a collection agency can't do. You need to know that. You know why you need to know it? Because it's advantageous for you to know what they can and cannot do. Their scare tactics won't mean anything to you once you know your rights, and once you know once you know what you can do. So that's pretty much what I wanted to share with you on that when it talks about personal credit. Now let's get into some things where we're going to have about 8 modules, and each one of them is going to share with give you the all you need to get your credit together. I just gave you earlier some things that can affect you, and what are some of the consequences is if you don't have good credit. If you don't have credit, that's backslide. That's suffice to your, just when I'm recording, right? Okay, that is suffice to, helping you get the credit that you need to get some of the things that you want. So get your credit together. Get your credit at a good score. Have your credit in tip-top shape, so where everything that you have an income to verify, and you can get approved for it. Make sure that you have all of those things in place. So yeah, and that's going to be it for tonight. I wanted to share with you. That's all I wanted to share with you tonight. And remember a few things about credit. You need credit for big purchasing items. You need credit for Investing, I'm sure, investing, and then you need credit to start your business. You, a lot of times, especially if you want to expand your business and grow it. Now, you may be able to, as they would call it, bootstrap some things too. But what if you have a project that you really need a loan for, a business loan, and you're gonna have to leverage your credit in order to be able to get it. So it's best to have your credit in tip top shape. So this doesn't apply to everybody with credit. There are a lot of people out there with excellent good credit, but this right here is definitely something that you need to pay attention to. Make sure that you know what's on your credit report. Alrighty. Well, that's going to be it, and I will see you tomorrow. We will definitely talk about a few things more about business strategies, and I think this is pretty much all I wanted to just kind of share with you about credit, because the course is going to tell it all, and the course is going to have everything in it that you need. Not only how to just remove things from your credit, ways to build your credit, and that is so important. So important. Okay? Alrighty. Thank you so much, and we'll see you on tomorrow. Bye bye.